What is a cockle? If you found one of these on the beach, what do you do with it? What kind of animal is it? And why does it have such a cool shell? You might be surprised to learn that this seemingly simple question has an even simpler answer. What is a cockle? It's a clam! That's right! A cockle is just a small shelled clam. But there are more than 200 species of cockle, and they come in all shapes and sizes. Some are striped or spotted, and others are plain. Some are tiny, and some grow over 12 inches long. Okay? So if it's a clam, where does it live? Cockles can be found in oceans and seas all over the world, from the Arctic to the Antarctic. They're especially abundant in the North Sea, the English Channel, and the Baltic Sea. Cockles prefer to live buried in sand or mud at the bottom of these bodies of water, and they use their shells to help them survive. Speaking of those shells, what's the deal with that hinge? You see, most bivalve mollusks, which are the group that includes clams, oysters, and scallops, have two separate pieces to their shell connected by a hinge. This hinge allows the mollusk to open and close its shell. When the shell is closed, the edges of the two valves, that's what we call the pieces of the shell, fit together perfectly, creating a tight seal that keeps the animal safe from predators. When the shell is open, the animal can use its shell to capture food or breathe. The space between the two valves is called the mantle cavity, and it's lined with tissue called the ctenidium, which is used for filter feeding. The ctenidia also have tiny hairs called cilia, which create currents to bring food and oxygen into the mantle cavity. The food is then caught by the cilia and passed along to the mouth. Cockle shells are unique because they have a special structure called a ligament. The ligament is a tough, flexible band that runs along the hinge of the shell. It helps the cockle to open its shell and keeps it from closing too tightly. The ligament also gives the cockle its shape. Cockles are one of the few types of clams that have a triangular shape. This is because the ligament is attached to 3 points on each valve of the shell. As far as we know, cockles have been around for about 480 million years. That makes them older than dinosaurs, trees, cars, iPhones, pretty much everything. Okay, so cockles are ancient. But how long do they live? It depends on the species, but most cockles only live for 3 to 5 years. The biggest threat to cockles is being eaten by predators such as crabs, lobsters, and fish. Cockles also have to deal with changes in the environment, such as rising sea levels and ocean acidification. Well, like many other mollusks, cockles are anatomically male and female. However, most cockles are anatomically male, meaning they produce both eggs and sperm. Cockles release their eggs and sperm into the water in a process called broadcast spawning. Eggs and sperm meet up in the water column, and if fertilization occurs, the resulting larvae are carried by the current until they settle down and begin the search for food. And finally, what do you do with a cockle once you find it? Well, if you're in the UK or Ireland, you are in luck because cockles are considered a delicacy and are often served up as a tasty treat. In other parts of the world, cockles are usually discarded or used as bait for fishing. But before you go discarding them, you may want to take a closer look. Cockle shells are beautiful works of art. They come in all shapes and sizes, and each one is unique. So next time you're at the beach and you see a cockle shell, pick it up and take a closer look. You never know what you might find. Thanks for watching. To learn more about cockles, check out the resources. And don't forget to subscribe for more fun science videos. See ya!